All right, we should be running now. I'm gonna need to double check to make sure that button also isn't set up to where I think it's set up to. Anyway, welcome back to the Scrubdom. I wanted to play some Oxygen Not Included, mostly because I recently picked up the new DLC, and I still really like this game. And unfortunately, ooh, why is that stranded? There we go. There we go. My hair always seems to go off whenever I start recording. Oh well, I'm gonna stick with it. Anyway, I picked up the new DLC. Well, not new DLC, I picked up the DLC. I don't know how old the DLC is or not. Unfortunately though, I don't know how to transfer up my world, or sorry, the world that we had last time, or the test world, which means we're starting over again. So let's go in. Oh, that's right. This is a little bit of new information. So, unlike in the old game when you had whenever you made it to space, because I've watched a lot of stuff on Oxygen Not Included. I really enjoy this game. Excuse me. When you made it to space originally, you just kind of sent ships up, they collected resources, they came back. Now, each different planetoid you see here can be harvested for resources and have its own little colony on it. And I am looking forward to that. And each one could have its own different traits. But just for some fun, I'm just gonna... There we go. Ooh, we got a metal rich one. Like that. So let's get in. Okay, so I think like in the last series, I'm gonna try to give a little bit more information, at least from my perspective of things. Ooh, it actually has a really good perspective. I do not like bottomless stomach. They eat more food, and food is another way of getting your duplicates killed in this game if you don't have enough of it. So I don't usually take bottomless stomach duplicates unless I'm very late in the game. Although I can't really say very late in the game because the farthest I've ever made it is down to an oil biome. So... Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna try to change up my formula a little bit because normally I go Digger, Rancher, Researcher. No, I'm still gonna do Digger, Rancher, Researcher. So give me just one moment to get all that sorted out. Okay, so I think I have them about as good as I'm gonna get them. I thought I had the perfect one for researching for a while, but he also had bottomless stomach, and I just don't like bottomless stomach at the start of the game. I really don't. So a couple of things to keep in mind whenever you're doing stuff, whenever you're getting your duplicates. And I think I went over this in the last time I did an Oxygen Not Included video, but I don't really remember if I did or not. I always take a Digger and a Researcher. These are two standard that I always take. I don't know if that's common or not. Most people I see usually take that. This is the one that people are usually always debating about. I've seen people take a second Digger. I've seen people take a Rancher. I like having a Rancher just because I like getting ranches up and running as early as possible, which we'll get into ranching pretty quickly. This is the only thing I wish was different on my Digger. He has Handy, which is increased construction, which isn't bad. It means he's going to build things faster, so I'll get buildings up and running faster. But if he had Mole Hands, he'd be able to dig a lot faster, which I like a little bit more than increased construction. Normally for your Digger, sometimes I'll also take one that has digging and building, just as then they also build faster. And he can't do research errands. That's fine. The only time doing research errands is bad is on your researcher duplicate, because the thing they're interested in just doesn't work anymore, and there's no reason to take them, and you just keep re-rolling. And I don't want to hit the re-roll button to make an example of that, because if I do, I'll spend another 5 minutes picking out these duplicates. God, that took 5 minutes picking out these duplicates. Sometimes you can get really lucky and just get them. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's better just to install a mod so you can just pick the exact duplicates you want at the beginning of the game. I haven't done that. I only have one mod installed, and we'll get into that pretty quickly. I think as soon as we get into a slime biome. Anyway, of course they all have their stress reactions, which happens if they hit 100% stress, and then their overjoyed responses, which are great. I like Sticker Bomber, because they'll put a bunch of stickers up in the background and increases decor in the area. We'll get into decor. Well, I mean, decor doesn't really matter until you get about to the oil biome anyway, because decor does have a small factor on your duplicates later on. Anyway, these are the duplicates that I'm going with, but I need to make one more change. All right, we have the change up and running. As you can see, I've gone through and actually changed each duplicate's name. This is also just sort of my way of saying thank you to a bunch of people, to like the 84 of you, I want to say, that subscribe to me now. I think there's 84. There might be more before or after this video. I can't remember which, and I don't want to check right now. I will check in editing. So editing Scott will put the number here. There we go. Now my hands are in the proper area. But yeah, I just want to show a little bit of love to everyone back for just subscribing and even just giving me a little bit of time. So we have Wednesday Fan. They're one of my more newer subscribers. They've been joining in with some of the Pokemon Nuzlocks, and they've been really enjoying Raft, and I really appreciate that because I really want to get back into Raft with the guys, and as soon as I'm finishing editing all of that, we're going to get back into it. Zillow, he was one of my earlier subscribers. He's a really good friend of mine in real life too. He's my researcher right now. And I know you guys know Seretna. If you guys have seen some of the earlier stuff, we started a silver randomizer Nuzlocke, which we need to continue at some point. I just need to find more time. I don't get a lot of time on the weekends to do stuff. And honestly, I like the name Sewer, so I left the name Sewer alone. And as I add new duplicates, I will be adding more and more subscribers. I'm going to be creating a chart to add people in. I'm just going to pick names at random and bring them in. I might make the next one again just because he was also one of my earlier subscribers, and I like having that guy around. He's a lot of fun. But let's go. I always love starting a new world and oxygen not included. So very similar to the old one, you're always going to start in a sandstone biome. Oh, we already have an abyssalite break. I'll be explaining what an abyssalite break is in time as I start revealing abyssalite. I'm just kind of looking around. We got some polluted water, so there's probably a slime biome up here. Water up there. I'm not sure what kind of biome's going to be in there. Igneous rock can be a lot of things. Oh, slime lung. That's going to be another slime biome. So this here is abyssalite. And as I uncover more, I'll explain more what an abyssalite break is. And we got more slime biome down here. That's going to be easy to tear through, though. Slime biomes are easiest to tear through going from top down. We got a pretty flat-esque surface on the side there. A lot of room on that side. I think I'm going to concentrate a lot of my main buildings on the left side and get my ranches up and running on the right. Means I need to get started. So. And I need them to have materials before I can even make a ladder. I know last time I said, like, oh, I'm not going to do any of that restarting shenanigans or pausing the game shenanigans. That feels wrong. But I'll be honest, this is a very much be patient, take your time style game, as I set them to the fastest speed possible to make them work faster. How big is this zone here? Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect right there. Yeah, go ahead and harvest all that. I want to priority 9 that. Oh, I should start with some sinks. This is one of the first early things you want to try to get up and running, is just some sort of bathroom. I used to have a very specific way of doing it, but I've changed since because I've gotten smarter. All right, while they're building that, I can explain what an abyssalite break is. So this here is abyssalite. And what an abyssalite break is when there's another biome nearby, which I actually don't mind having this biome nearby because there's a Draco there, and if I set this up properly, I can get in there, get it, and start a Draco ranch, which will be nice. Go ahead and set these to the proper direction. You know what? You guys can also continue building that out too. And what an abyssalite break is, you'll notice that it itself has its own temperature, but abyssalite is really good at absorbing the temperature. So this normally in world generation, it might generate an abyssalite sanction here, keeping the two biomes from mixing. But in this case, there isn't. There's just raw minerals against raw minerals, which isn't bad, but it's not good. That will give them plenty of dew for now. I also have some copper. I could get stations down already. Yeah, research station. Anyway, I'm gonna let them work for just a moment to get some stuff taken care of. I've queued up a bit for them already. We're almost at the end of the first cycle, and we're not doing too bad already. Yeah, I think I'm going to try to get that Draco and start a Draco ranch pretty early on. Yeah, slime biome right there, but that won't be too hard to take care of. I can move the water over, tear down through here, start demolishing. Ooh, it looks like a big one too. Ooh. Supply. I don't know what this is. I will find out what this is, but not right now. All right, they're going on lunch. I'm gonna wait for them to actually hit the sack, and then I'll set up their... Oh, I never got beds built. I meant to do that first thing tomorrow. Oh, also, you want to kill these like shine bugs are nice, but not right now. They have a purpose later. All right, and with that, we have access to research. I'm gonna slow them down, kind of let them do a bit of work. I know I explained this last time. Basic research is you're gonna want to do. You want to get up to meal preparation pretty quickly, but then you want to make sure the only person researching is the person that you wanted researching. If that's set to their highest priority, they'll take care. They should take care of it first. And since Zolok there was set to our researcher, he is doing exactly what I wanted him to do. Then Wednesday fans should get back to some digging, which reminds me, I should set their priority to be highest on digging. Eventually, Threatna will be ranching. We're going to try to get ranches set up pretty quickly. We're going to get to that Draco as fast as possible, create like a liquid lock, probably down here just to capture it, then seal it and drain the water back out. I'll probably try to create the edge somewhere in here. Probably need insulated tile for that though, because I'll want to insulate up through this just to keep that heat exchange down. Yeah, we got another abyssalite break here. That's a lot of abyssalite breaks in just a very small area. Pocket of hydrogen up there with slime lung in it. Wow. Means there's probably some... That's mostly in clean oxygen though. That'll die off soon. Oh, sorry, I need to get a algae diffuser set up here soon. You know, let's just get that set up now. So an algae diffuser is very important because it lets you breathe. Is that where I want it though? Actually, dig this up. We'll put the algae diffuser down there. Anyway, look, you're not done researching. There's a couple other things that I want. I'm gonna go down to the bottom because I also want to get into a little bit of automation. This first episode's going to be a bit on the slower side, admittedly, because there's a lot of little things that have to get done, and there's a lot of time to get it done. All right, we're starting to get some things coming together. Most of the digging's been done. I queued up some extra commands. I'm sealing in these areas to create some rooms. Also, I just realized all of my oxalite is gone. Your oxalite can only survive for about 3 days at the beginning. You want to get an oxygen diffuser up as quickly as possible. And then just for a little bit of help, I'm going to drop the storage bin here and fill it full of fertilizer as I pick a new duplicate. Ooh. These are all kind of bad. I mean, actually, Catalina here isn't terrible, and it's a very heavy machinery dupe, which gets into a mechatronics engineer, which you need to create automation. Can't do research, that's fine. Zuluk's on research. Critter aversion, they're not going to be doing any thing with critters, that's going to be fine. The morale bonus, the decor morale bonus +5, might be useful. Might be bad, might be useful. I've never really done anything with unpracticed artists. You know what? We're gonna take Catalina. All right, welcome to the colony, Gen Nakazora. All right, so this is actually a little bit of a benefit of taking new duplicates. A couple of things I'm gonna change here soon. New duplicates always come with a skill. This skill can be very nice to have because all the duplicates you've had will have no skills, but they'll have a bunch of interests. Those interests are going to correlate to their starting interests. In Gen's case, Gen wanted to be a mechatronics engineer, so he wants tinker. Eventually, we'll have to go into improved carrying, and that's fine because I like to give at least all my duplicates the basic level of improved carrying. It's just good. And if you ever plan on getting them up into space and doing rocket piloting and whatnot, you have to have the first level to get into suit training, which also does help affect exosuits and all kinds of other things like atmo suits and whatnot. We'll get into that later. It's not important right now. He wants to be a tinkerer. He's going to be a tinkerer, and he's getting a hat. Where are you, Gen? There you are. There's his little hat. Well, her little hat. It doesn't really matter. So by sealing this area in, I'll create a barracks. Too big. Oh, the door's not built yet. The bathroom was built, so latrine. We have outhouses, some sinks, so this created a latrine. So when they use this, they'll get a morale bonus. What do you mean it's not powered yet? Oh, that's right. I forgot I deconstructed that, so it separated that. Oh, and then this needs to be full of algae. Now, you want to be careful with this, because even though I've just only selected algae, it's selected the whole thing. When I get a second source of items, it can be... with it checked marked like this, it'll try to add everything in. So, like, when these give off polluted dirt, because eventually they will, it'll think that it wants to go in here. When really, I want that polluted dirt, well, over here. I just realized having the latrine on that side is going to be tight. I might have to do some weird shenanigans. Might have to delete some of this hydrogen. I'll show you guys how to do some vacuum creation as well throughout the course of the series. But I do want that Draco. How old's that Draco? Reachable. Dracolet egg. 49 of 150. Yeah, we're going to want that Draco egg. We're also going to want some of this hydrogen. So I'm going to tap into that first. Probably create a canister. Where's my canister research? Gets it. Downing gets it. There it is. Gas valve. Canister filler and canister emptier. Yeah, we're going to want those. That actually won't be too hard to get into. I could get into that now, but mostly because I also just need to get up into that. So we'll get that researched. Probably create a research station down here soon enough. I'll probably put power someplace. Need to find a place for power, but I also need to get through and start ripping out more and more resources. So all right, as they're finishing up there, we have another duplicate coming in. We could go for another digger, but he's a mouth breather. I don't like mouth breathing right now. So this is also another thing that I just don't like to take. Nyctophobic requires light to sleep. That only makes it so they can sleep. Other duplicates will actually have trouble sleeping if there's light. So this isn't a good thing to take until you can get like a sectioned off area just for themselves. How I tend to be in the early game where I have them mostly packed in, it's not the greatest. I want to get each duplicate kind of their own bedroom at some point. So early game, I don't like to take it, even though it's actually not a bad duplicate overall. I just don't want them to have like a whole bunch of bad stuff. I think in this case, I'm going to take the nutrient bars just because it's more food. But yeah, they've made some good progress. And then while they were working on this, I got a great hall, well, a mess hall built in the background. Plant that and turn it into a great hall. Great halls and mess halls are fantastic. They give a huge morale bonus. Like a great hall is giving a +6 morale bonus. You really, really want that +6 morale bonus. Oh, we're already getting a pool of carbon dioxide right there. So I'm creating pretty much an early, not a carbon dioxide sink, but you want to create, what's the word I'm looking for? A carbon dioxide pool? Still might not be the best word. That reminds me that people should also earn some skills. Okay, good. We got some skills. Threaten us. Start going towards better ranching. Wednesday fan, you need to get better at digging. Look, better researching, and everybody gets their hat. The hat is also just a good way to remember what tree they're going down and what you want to eventually turn them into. It's also just a good way of remembering what they're good at. Or should I put that over there? Should I have? No, because that'll overheat the food until I can get enough materials to seal that in. It's just not worth it. Hey, we're starting to get pretty well taken. Yes! The cool salt slush geyser. Ooh, we can use that. That wouldn't be too hard to tame either. We drop that water down. Ooh, there's another whole biome up there. I wonder if that's gonna have the polluted geyser. Having this though is great. We could use this for a lot. I'll do a bunch of cleanup in the background. I'm just trying to get a whole bunch of stuff set up right now. I want to try to get all of my ranches built. One of these is going to be a Draco ranch though. Dracos, if you can get them to turn into glossy Dracos, they're a great source of early game plastic. I also want to try to get this set up. So I think a couple of things I want to try to do before the day finishes off. I want to try to get a water pool set up. I'll use the Abyssite as part of the water pool. That'll be fine. And then I just want to try to get a bunch of these water pockets connected together. All right, well, they're getting that finished up. Made another quick change. I got a jumbo battery down. These will last a lot longer. But we have a new duplicate. Ooh, but they're good at cooking. Not really good, too much good at the ranching section. I wouldn't mind having a cooking rancher. That'd be pretty nice. Shabby dresser. Again, doesn't really matter. Irritable bowel is another one I really don't like having early game. It can lead to a lot of problems, at least for me. Late game, I've heard, like late game, most of these things usually aren't a problem. Do I want an Abe? Am I gonna take an Abe? I'm gonna take an Abe. All right, welcome to the colony, Great Goo. That reminds me, I should get into scheduling and priorities as well this episode, just so those are out of the way. I'm gonna minimize my chart. Okay, let's get into some scheduling because we're starting to get pretty backed up and we only have 2 bathrooms. So bedtime and downtime will be there. So normally early game I like to go for about 9 duplicates to get 3 duplicates per, because I usually have 3 toilets, 3 sinks, sometimes 2 showers depending on how kind I'm feeling. So I'm gonna go ahead and get those set up. There we go. Okay, so I've created 3 schedules so far. Sometimes I can create more as time goes on if I just don't really feel like expanding the bathroom. If I want to expand the bathroom or create more, I can add more duplicates to the same schedule. But bedtime slots doesn't really matter how many you give them. They will sleep until they are fully rested. Downtime is the important factor, because downtime is how long it's going to take them to get back to get food, how long they have to eat, how long they have to use the bathroom. Bath time, if I give them showers, I'll usually include those at the end. So how like it has nighttime here, I'll put the bathroom time slot there. And the only reason, the bath time slot there, I should say, I don't know why I said bathroom time. And the only reason I'll put that there is for when I actually give them all their own individual rooms, but that comes later. And then I like to stagger the schedules. So when they're going to sleep, the next schedule is going on downtime. And when they're waking up, the final schedule is going on downtime. That way there's just a majority of time frame where they're all working together, and it keeps duplicates running around the same time. I wouldn't mind at least either one more digger or one more builder to put down here. One of these is going to need the cook. I'll probably put the cook with Great Goo and Gen. I've also already gone to Great Goo's priorities. He wanted to be a builder, so I gave him also a sub thing in digging. Same with Wednesday Fan, their digger with a sub thing in building, and I've also already given him skill and assigned him his hat. So we're gonna let them go. They're going to need to finish this up. I also canceled this 3-way dig here, even though they can't quite get into it because they don't have the proper digging. Mostly because there's a chance that the water will flow out through there. So what I want to do is I actually want to mop this up, deconstruct that. Once that's mopped up, I'll build my way down into here, and then I'll build this from the side here just to keep it from running out into this direction. I do need to be careful though, because I'm getting close to this slime biome. So I'll probably create a seal around here someplace. Also another slime biome. We have a couple of slime biomes around us. I'm excited to get into taming this. I haven't tamed a geyser in a while, but I've also heard that these geysers are pretty easy to tame. They're just, I mean, this water here is at negative 0.1 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's cold. The only reason it's not freezing is because it's brine. We'll get into a process of turning this into actual water and finding a way to warm it up over time. We might just have it drop out as ice if we have to. Might create some insulated, might have to make some insulated pipe though, or get it sealed up into an area and drop like a way to warm it up in there before desalinating it. But I think the desalination process should bring it up above freezing. I haven't messed with that a whole lot yet. Allergic reaction. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have a dupe that's allergic. I forgot. Zoloke there is allergic to floral scent, which comes from bristle blossoms. That's really easy to take care of. You just literally harvest the bristle blossoms, and because I don't want to see those running. Good job, Stretna. You're a great rancher, killing all of the animals. I also need to research that, which means there's a lot of stuff that just needs to happen. We need more skill points, which means more doing stuff and more digging. On that note, let's get this in before I call it. Won't get the well-lit bonus, but it's enough. But anyway, that's been auction not included. There's quite a bit I'm looking forward to doing with this game. I really do love this game, and I'm not going to let anything happen this time. I don't need to move. My computer's not going to crash. And we have the new DLC, and I really want to get to the spaced out stuff because I know the big differences between the base stuff and the spaced out. I'm going to create a save here. Oh, it's sewer 2. You know, no. I'll just save as. Save as. There we go. Yeah. Pretty much all that does is now I can't like overwrite back to like the start. It creates a new start point. But anyway, thanks for tuning into the Scrubdom. I'm looking forward to playing a lot more of this. Until next time, don't scrub out.